I'm sitting here with Red Kross. This is Albert O. here, sequestered in the studios of BCN in Boston. We have, I'm going to go through these again, Jeffrey Barta McDonald on guitar. I got it right this time?
Yeah, proper pronunciation, Barta.
Barta. I got these out of the LA Weekly. I think it's that guy Craig Lee. Personal friend?
Kim Jones actually did that.
Kim Jones.
Oh, okay. Stephen Seamus. Oh, Seamus.
Stephen O'Shamus McDonald.
On bass.
Stephen
Yes.
O'Shamus.
Okay. Robert Hotplate Hacker on guitar.
We call him Bob Hotblade.
Hot Plate Bob.
Hotblade Bob.
And
It's the
Ro-
Helter Skelter version.
Oh my God, you can call me Robert.
Okay, sure. You can call me Albert.
Excellent. Is
And
it?
we'll be friends.
Yeah.
And Roy Chaka
Chaka.
McDonald on drums.
Chaka. Me Chaka.
Chaka want drums to play.
Very good, very good.
Very good.
Anyway, congratulations on your new LP, Pop the Way It Should Be, as far as I'm concerned, and your ties with Big Time. Now, we were talking about you guys. I mean, a lot of people probably don't realize how many records you put out in the past, but I have at least 5 or 6 at home, and I don't think any of them are reissues, not to mention all the compilations you're on.
Oh, but they are reissues.
Oh.
And unauthorized reissues to boot. So
Oh.
save your unauthorized reissues.
Is that Robbie Fields? Did he do that?
That little monster.
I know him. He,
Little.
Little Dickens.
Yeah, he's gained a little weight over the years, as far as I know.
That big monster.
He, I think I talked to him a long time ago, and he looked like a British professor.
He was always going with, well, when Red Cross was concerned, he was always going for the Brian Epstein.
He thought he
approach.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Anyway, there's a couple of soundtracks that you were associated with. There's a number of compilations. So if you could, politely, for the uninitiated, a little bit of history so we can get it out of the way and get on to more important things, obviously, right?
Well, as far as the beginnings of this band, it was me and my brother, like in 1978. I'm Steve, and me and Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we started, I was, like, in the tender young age of 11, and Jeff was, like, a 15-year-old at the time. And we just got together, we met Robbie Fields, and we did our first Posh Boy record, and since then it's been re-released a million times. And then we did an album.
How does one meet Robbie Fields?
He met us.
Yes. Excuse me. He met us. And you want to go
We
on
were
from
just
there?
playing
Yeah,
shows
sure,
around
sure.
town with like the early original LA scene, like the Germs
Yeah.
and the Bags and Black Flag and X and all those groups when they were first starting.
There were bands that all showed up on your compilations or
Well-
your movie soundtracks.
Sort of, yeah. And like we just, we worshipped those groups, and we were like so happy to be playing with those bands. And
I
then,
guess so.
And then it was like next thing we knew, we had a record out. And then we were trying to find. Then there was a long period of time where we were trying to find ourselves musically, and
Oh, wow.
releasing records. Like
How does one find itself musically?
it's not that easy. I mean, you can find other people's music and do it like on a Night Ranger level, but we wanted to be kind of
Yeah. On a what?
Night Ranger.
What?
Night
Gillis and
Ranger.
Company.
What?
Jack.
Night Ranger!
That's more like it.
We weren't capable of sounding like Journey, so we just wanted to throw all of our musical roots together into one big giant rock and roll stew, and it was kind of a difficult thing.
Is this more or less what?
Roll stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a rock and roll stew going on here, ladies and gentlemen.
Totally.
It's kind of like
Boogie
Tres
Red
Hombres.
Stew.
Yeah, 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 rock and roll now.
Legend has it you guys were doing something
Legend.
back in 1969.
Oh, that was, well, we're so bored of telling this story because well, well, Steve, go ahead.
Well,
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I don't.
Well, like our dad was in the military, so we traveled around a lot. And when I was about 4 years old, we lived in New Delhi, and me and Jeff had like this rock duo, like a folk duo, soon to be like a folk rock
Pre-electric.
duo. Yeah. And we were playing like small clubs in New Delhi where Bob Weir and Joey
India.
Garcia discovered me and Jeff, and he brought us to New York. They brought us to New York, rather, and we were playing like Folk City and places like that.
We actually had a record out in 1971 on the Vanguard label.
Oh, the gold one, right? With the little horses that go around
yeah,
and around.
we were label mates with Joan Baez and Bobby St. Marie.
Yeah,
But,
Country Joe and the Fish.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Country Joe and the Fish.
In fact, Steve had like a very like strange romance happening with Joan Baez like,
Oh,
in
really?
1971, but
That was at the Joan Baez Freedom School in Carmel, California.
Oh, is that when her husband was in jail?
We can't get into that. We
Chicken
can't
hawk.
discuss
Okay,
that.
okay.
There's still lawsuits. Anyway, so that name of the album, if you can find it, the album was called Hershey Squirt Folk Blues, and it's like that's one of the rare. We've heard copies of that record going for as much as like $50 on the collector circuit since like the Neurotic album came out, and we've accumulated more fans. That record
Yeah,
has really gone up.
I was in one of the used record stores the other day and overheard somebody asking for that very
It's
LP.
really, it didn't do very well. I mean, it didn't do very well at all. But I mean, we've got like two really badly scratched versions of it, so I don't even have a new copy of it. But so that's how we basically got our start. It was pre rock and roll. We were playing like Girl Scout guitar. You know?
It's pretty impressive, though.
It's good that we did
like,
that at such an early age.
4-years can play guitars
Well,
at all.
I wasn't 4 years
Well,
old.
Jeff was
Jeff
6. Stephen
I was
only
8.
in 1969.
Oh, you're right. I was 6.
Yeah.
Well, 1971 you were though. But that's back to
1971,
Joan
I was
Baez.
6.
Well, to tell you the truth, in 1969 I was 2, but I was very precocious.
He was highly advanced.
Yeah, damn
We're
precocious.
confused. Maybe we're confused about the date and the actual time, but
The
it
actual
was-
place.
Well, I
The
think it
actual
happened.
event.
It felt like the late 60s, but it might have been the early 70s.
But well,
Might
let's-
have been a couple weeks
Well,
ago.
the early 70s were just an extension of the late 60s anyway.
well, and then the mid and late 70s were an extension of the early 70s,
Well,
weren't
the
they?
late 80s are just an extension of the late 60s.
And there you go.
You're my love, you're my happiness, you're the one, you're the reason why it's true. Oh yes, you're the sun, all is happiness, you're my love, and all my love is you. Oh yes, won't you stay just a little while, we can be friends, share a smile, loving you is all I need when you say that love is me. You're the smile, reflections on my face and your eyes, I know it's always you. Oh yes, you. Love is you. You're my love, you're my happiness, you're the one, you're the reason why it's true. Oh yes, you're the sun, all is happiness, you're my love, and all my love is you. Oh yes, won't you stay just a little while? We can be friends, share a smile. Loving you is all I need when you say that love is me. La-di-da, la-di-da.
Last night at the Rat, I circulated around the crowd and was asking like everybody. I said, "Well, what would you ask Red Cross?" You know,
Oh, good.
and most of them looked at me pretty dumbfounded. You know,
What's that mean?
like that. Well, it just means that my friends aren't.
Are they coherent? Can they respond to questioning?
Well, to a point, yeah. It was very hot down there. Anyway, one of the best questions that came up last night was, do you watch a lot of television?
Well, I gotta tell you something about that.
I gotta tell you something too, you know.
I was with the boys last night watching a little TV.
And we were watching Roller Coaster.
And it was going pretty damn fast.
And then this man comes up and he looks up to me.
And he looked me up and he looked me down. He says, "What be this and what be that?" And I said, "I am cool. I am the breeze."
So yes, we do watch a lot of TV.
Excellent. Especially like what? What do you really like?
Lots of roller coaster. We're really into like George
Lost in
Segal.
Space, Divorce Card.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Judge.
Green Acres.
Yes, Green Acres is great. That's classic TV.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking contemporary TV, like, you know, it's like T.J. Hooker or something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
DJ Hooker is brilliant. William Shatner jams.
Heather
Forget-
Locklear.
Forget
Oh, yeah,
Star
yeah.
Trek. T.J. Hooker.
T.J.
It's like
Hooker.
it's like
back-
Heather Locklear snakes like the full Motley Crue logo on her outfit.
Uh-huh.
Quite
No, wait,
impressive.
she does not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
does. Fully.
Five-pointed star.
Left side or right side?
I'm not sure. Maybe both.
Oops.
I bet she insists
Actually,
on that.
most cops have Molly Cruz emblems on their patch on their
Well,
alarms.
it's like the
Uh,
satanic logo. I don't know.
The Boston
The
police are
grammatic
very well
master.
pressed.
We're also like starting this thing to bring back Chips. Bring Chips back on the air.
Bring Eric Estrada back. We don't care what his sexual preferences are. We don't care
Eric
that
is
he
in a
is
blue-
a black musician.
But we
black
really,
magician. We don't care.
The Janice, Jeannie, George Harrison. Everybody knows who George Harrison is, but who is Janice? And
Who's
why
George
is it-
Harrison?
Why is it spelled three different
Who's
ways?
George Harrison?
George Harrison. He was in that band, that English band from the '60s.
No, he's the guy
Called
that
the
lives on
Beatles.
an island outside of
What,
Australia.
the
He's
Bee
scared of-
Gees?
He's,
Yeah,
he's
the
scared of
Beatles.
nuclear
I remember
war.
the Bee
No,
Gees.
the Beatles. They were really popular in the '60s.
The Beach
for a
Boys?
while.
An American band?
No.
Is he kind of like
You
Mike
know-
Love or something?
You know who the Beatles are, Robert? They were really popular in the '60s. They were like one of the biggest bands from the '60s.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
What's
Sure,
a
sure. I
fireplace?
remember.
Okay. Anyway,
What do you think of the Beatles being on CD?
it's beautiful.
who are the Beatles?
Tomorrow,
The Beatles.
June 1st.
Yeah,
Sergeant
tomorrow.
June
Pepper,
2nd,
Get
actually.
your
July
copies.
1st.
June 2nd.
The album is
No, June.
Whatever.
compared to Between the
Yeah.
Buttons.
Yeah.
It doesn't come off. You do have to cut it off.
And who the
I'm
sellout
sure
is.
of that. This is
Oh,
amazing.
God bless
The
you.
best album ever made.
Sergeant Pepper's?
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
Yes. Don't be pretentious and say it's their 8th album and not necessarily their best album, and it appears thin compared to Who's Sellout.
Yeah, that's a bunch of caca.
Okay.
Oh,
what-
so where were we? Oh,
More questions
Oh,
and
Janice-
answers.
Janice and Jeannie.
Janice and Jeannie. Janice and Jeannie.
They're a small religious cult.
A very of two people.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
no,
the
they're like the
actual-
leaders.
It's a collective guru kind of concept. They've got a small group of followers. They live in Southern California. They're the masters of thought.
Spell that, please.
The masters of thought.
MASTERSOFTH.
Oh.
ANDONIONSO, no.
Anyway, so we can't really get into their whole philosophy, but if you write to Big Time Records, we can send you some pamphlets.
This is a true story.
It's a very true story.
Yeah, we can send some literature.
Where does George Harrison tie in then?
He was in this really
He was-
popular English band in the '60s called the Beatles.
And he was a mystical sword too.
Yeah, well, he's kind of it's like the crossroads of spirituality.
If you don't know him from the Beatles, he also made an album called Somewhere in England.
Oh, that's right.
I know
Very
who that is.
Very
now,
good.
Now you'll all know.
Yeah, I remember that guy. That's a great album.
Okay. I don't think we should discuss religion and philosophy over the radio.
Oh, you know, because it is.
We might offend people.
Well, it might go over everybody's heads too.
Well,
This
you
is
know.
true.
Well, George Harrison is a very
Oh, but people-
controversial subject. So.
Definitely.
People love to hear that stuff now, especially with other, the Tim and Tammy stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
the-
Jim and
Tammy.
Tammy.
well,
Tim and
Tim,
Tammy.
Tim and Tammy was Jim and
Tim and
Jammy.
Jammy.
I mean, Jammy.
Jim and Jammy.
Yeah.
Or Tim and Jammy.
I really am noticed the
Total
fact
Tammy
that
jam.
Tammy's been, she's become the USA Today poster pinup front page.
I know. Every
Amazing.
issue.
The left-hand side, left-hand column.
yeah, it could be
like
Tammy,
button-sized pictures.
Tammy and Jammies.
Tammy Jammies.
I'm sure they have a line
Tammy
already.
getting jammed.
What do you think of all that stuff?
It's
Have you been
wonderful.
following
It's
it?
I
amazing.
predicted
It's
it
very
years ago.
beautiful. It's so beautiful.
If
what
anything,
happened.
1987 will remember it as
The year of Jim and Tammy.
This is how absolutely cool Red Cross is, and how ahead of our times we just always are. In 1980, when we
true.
we
This is
listed
no
our
joke.
original list of bitchin' idols on the inner sleeve of the Born Innocent
Yeah,
album,
yeah,
the original
okay.
version on Smoke 7 Records.
Okay.
We listed amongst other brilliant icons
Serena.
Tammy Faye as one of our bitchin' idols, and this was in 1980.
And this is
Mind
pre
you.
To Hell with the Devil by Stryper.
Yeah, so I mean, right there, we shred.
You know what you segue out of that song?
What?
The Christmas with the Devil by Spinal Tap.
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Stryper?
I
Oh,
had
no.
tickets to Stryper.
Now
I
you were
was-
talking about Heather Locklear, and one of the guys in that band looks just like her.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
Robert Sweet.
Amazing.
That's good.
Are they from out there? Do they?
Yeah, they live in Orange
Yeah, that's
County.
one of those-
They're like from Orange County, man.
I worship
Man.
Stryper.
Have you met them? Can
no,
you?
but
Can you-
we're like
Oh,
semi-label
Not
mates.
directly. We haven't met them directly.
We
Our-
met them spiritually.
Our teen babes from Santo albums on Enigma, and they're on Enigma,
Yeah.
and Big Time Records.
Is on
well,
RCA,
Distributes
yeah.
it in like in
distributes it in
like
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
I'm
like I once met this girl who like touched my sweet. So
Where?
That well, at a very non
On his
place.
Bible.
On his
I wish he had
Bible.
his back pocket.
Yeah.
I think they're brilliant, and that's one of the greatest pop heavy metal albums.
Just
made.
speaks for himself.
Yes, he does not.
This is
I
true.
love that record. The only
Jeff
to Hell with
McDonald's
the Devil.
opinions do not
He's
reflect
really
the opinions of this band.
I'm wondering if you could even get close to them to talk to them.
I want to have. I know. I want to have.
It's like the aura that surrounds Timothy Gaines is like far too powerful for any of us to penetrate.
Right.
It's kind of like a burning bush.
Totally. Totally.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
Okay, another dumb question I got last night was Mackenzie. Who is Mackenzie? What is Mackenzie?
Oh, Mackenzie.
Where is
Mackenzie
Mackenzie?
paper
You mean the
towels.
song? You mean the song that I wrote with Robin Zander?
Yeah, is
Cheap
it
Trick?
is it Mackenzie Phillips?
No. Well, Mackenzie Phillips is slightly there.
She's too old, though.
Yeah.
I just saw Cheap Trick.
Oh, you did?
I just saw them last week. I went home to visit my parents in Kentucky. They were playing the trotting track
How cool.
for $3.
Was it your parents have their Kiss records out?
Huh?
Were your parents rolling on the
Oh,
couch
no,
with
no,
their
no.
Kiss
Your
records?
No.
Kiss records out.
Now, isn't that one of the best songs ever made?
Yes.
Oh,
Really good
definitely,
song.
Summer of '78.
definitely.
The Partridge Family. You guys like the Partridge Family, huh? And I understand I see that there's three. We have 3 McDonald's now. You're getting pretty close to being a Partridge Family
We're
on your
already
own.
out of hand. There's just the Partridges. God, what a great band.
Somebody said that you've been tracking a couple of those people down.
Well, we have various friends. You know, it's like a network of Partridge Family fans throughout, like, basically in California. We all, collect Partridge stories. Anyone
Uh-huh.
spotted
like-
Susan Day or, like none of us have been able to find David Cassidy, but
Susan Day, she blossomed well.
Yeah.
she was blossomed from the start.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
this is
full-on
She was
fox.
she was born in full bloom.
What was that again? I like that one.
She's a full-on fox.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fox full on. She jammed at the Hall of Magellan
No, you're gonna like it.
at 7:50.
But I guess we can give the scoop of as far as the P family story goes. Danny Bonaducci now works as assistant manager at a Black Angus restaurant
At
in
La
La
Habra.
Habra,
California.
California. So that is the one partridge we've been able to actually track down.
Is that like a chain of
Yeah,
steakhouses?
yeah. It's like in
Stuart
California.
Anderson's Black Angus.
Mackenzie, baby, mine. Like mine with mine, we could not find. Got it back, baby, got it back. But everyone
So, what were some of the first shows you guys ever saw when you were growing up?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, rock shows.
Yeah, rock shows.
at the
The Beatles.
Yeah, you saw the
and-
Beatles?
Yes.
He did
I
when he was
I was
3.
so young. I
No
couldn't
This is
joke.
true.
He was
I
on the
saw
road.
them. I saw them at in Cincinnati somewhere.
I saw them in San Diego.
66 or
the
I guess it
last
was.
tour. And the first concert I went to by myself, with just my friends, was Elton John.
Oh.
It was like the extended section of the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road tour. Like when he did the first part of the tour and then he came back due to popular demand. That was an incredible show.
And didn't Kiki D open that
Yes.
show? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, Kiki D.
in there! I got the music in there! Feel funky!
Kiki was in Live Aid or something like that, didn't she? Come
Yeah,
out and do
her
a
and
song
Elton
with Elton
kicked.
John?
They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Kiki D.
Elton's having problems with his wife. Are you surprised?
Yes. But don't worry. Fergie and Prince Andrew are there to help them out. You know, to help them
Oh,
deal with
yes.
sort their
That's
problems.
true.
You know, they have problems themselves, and they have to stick with
I
it.
saw the
Make it all
church. I
relate.
saw the church he was married in.
Elton or Prince Andrew.
Elton.
Great.
Yeah, St.
I-
Mary's down in Sydney.
Great.
Yes.
Ah,
Now-
we had to touch it.
We walked up the steps and down the steps, and we figured that was enough.
That's beautiful.
This is a
Then you
really,
were married by the spirit of Elton. Go ahead.
Well,
That's right.
It's a really
totally.
hard
so
time
you guys
for
did a
Elton,
mock ceremony,
But
right?
we know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like Prince Andrew has been visiting Elton and comforting him, you
And
know, in his time
Giving
of
him
trouble,
solace.
and giving him
Giving
solace
him-
in his time of loneliness. So we should all like say
It's
a little
like,
prayer.
I
for
was
him.
comforting Elton. No, I was comforting Elton.
No,
Yeah.
I was comforting him.
When the book comes out. Who else did you
Right.
see?
The first concert I ever saw was Kiss in '75 with Montrose. I was 7 years old.
And
We just got a brand new
Beautiful.
record from Montrose just last week.
Alice
Really?
Cooper and Susie
Oh, Kiss?
Quattro.
You saw Susie?
Yeah, with
Back when she
Alice.
was doing 48 Crash and all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was the second album, Double Gauge Drive.
But the
Oh.
second album was lame, but she did all her hits from the first
Yeah,
album.
but Double Gauge Drive was a hot song. Y'all wanna go down to the drive?
Y'all.
Oh god, so much good stuff you can't even remember it all.
What about you, Robert Hecker? What was your first show?
I don't know. I
You
never,
don't know?
Because I never went to a huge rock concert like in a stadium till a while after.
Oh, I was lucky
enough. I used to get to see the
Dick
bands.
Clark Caravan of Stars, those
Wow, that's cool.
things. Yeah, Tom Jones when he was dressed up in denim and had a ponytail.
Did
and
you
it-
see the Shangri-Las?
Wow.
No.
Ponytail.
Oh, yes. That was the year after.
You saw the Shangri-Las
Uh-huh.
live.
All right.
That must have been amazing.
Out on the streets.
You can kiss my feet after the interview. One of the reasons why we're doing this interview
Quote.
is because one of the probably the best song from your record has just been remixed by what's his
yes.
name? I forgot his name. Michael
Michael, it starts with an F.
Frondelli. Frondelli.
Yes.
Frondelli, there it is. That's the name.
Anything if it's more than one syllable, we can't even.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Gino Vanelli.
No.
Most embarrassing, but we honestly
He has too
have
much
never
chest
met the
hair.
man.
Too much chest hair.
But Gino Vanelli.
I've
Yeah,
grown
Gino
some
Vanelli.
sisters with
Gino
him.
Vanelli was like the Laura Branigan, the male Laura Branigan of the early '70s.
I thought it was Anthony Spinelli.
No.
Anthony Newley.
It was Rex Smith.
It was Rex Reed.
No, it was Stars.
Does this imply actually that possibly you're getting more serious?
No, we're
Totally, man, totally.
Hell no. Man, we barely make it to sound check.
Right.
Much
It's
less
just a
get.
stone groove for us, man.
We're just out there, just digging the sunshine, laughing with the rain, just like meeting the people and
Just grooving with it,
blooming
man.
with the flowers and just like playing our songs. We take
Just
our,
doing a number.
we just-
traveling on.
we just put on our guitars and we don't know what's gonna happen and it's like a real loving experience.